Have you ever looked at the ocean and wondered what's really hidden down there? Beneath that calm blue surface, there's a hidden universe, a dark, unknown world where creatures glow in the pitch black and defy the laws of nature. But what you see on the surface is just a small part. In today's video, we're going to dive deep into the ocean's most mysterious regions. From bioluminescent creatures to the terrifying Mariana Trench, get ready for a unique journey to the heart of the deep. But be warned, not everything down there is as it should be. Whales, sharks, coral reefs, even the toughest creatures in the ocean are facing an uncertain future. Something silent and invisible is changing their world. And here's a warning, what looked like an untouched paradise is on the brink of collapse. The truth? The solution might be closer than you think, but first you need to see with your own eyes what's happening down there. In the vast ocean, a show of biodiversity happens every second. Dolphins jump through the waves, playing as if the big blue sea was a giant water park. But while they charm us with their intelligence, sharks glide silently. Perfect predators, rulers of this underwater kingdom. And yet the real mystery lies in the depths. Where our eyes can't reach, bioluminescent creatures light up the dark waters like underwater stars. Every corner of the deep sea hides scientific secrets, showing us that we still know very little about this blue universe. In the coral reefs, life pulsates in a kaleidoscope of colors. Exotic fish dance among the living structures that support thousands of species. Seahorses camouflage themselves, and turtles glide serenely. But this delicate balance is threatened. Overfishing and pollution are eroding this vibrant ecosystem. And when the reefs die, it's not just the fish that disappear, the entire food chain collapses. Further down where the sun never reaches, almost alien life forms defy the laws of nature. Bioluminescent fish attract prey with their own light. Giant squid remain shrouded in mystery, appearing only in rare encounters. The deep ocean is a universe of its own, where life has found unimaginable ways to survive. But do we really know everything that exists down there? Or are we still on the verge of discoveries that could change our understanding of the world? The great whales, true giants of the seas, travel colossal distances on their migrations. Their songs echo for miles, resonating like an ancient hymn of the depths. Orcas, with their sharp intelligence, hunt in groups, devising strategies worthy of the most cunning predators on Earth. But what few people know is that these creatures are not just travelers of the oceans, they shape its balance. Their roots guide ocean currents. Their presence draws the map of biodiversity. In every wave, in every current, the ocean supports life in unimaginable ways. Far beyond what we can see, there's a hidden universe where lights dance in the darkness, and creatures adapt to the challenges of the depths. In the abyssal silence, bioluminescent fish glow like underwater stars, while giant squid glide through the shadows, revealing a world that defies logic. When we talk about oxygen, we immediately think of tropical rainforests. But few people know that the ocean is the true lung of the planet, producing more than half of the oxygen we breathe. Microscopic and invisible to the naked eye, plankton sustains the entire marine food chain, absorbs carbon and balances the Earth's climate. Without them, life simply wouldn't exist. But the oceans do more than just keep us alive. They regulate the planet's pulse, carrying heat through ocean currents. Without this invisible dance, some regions would be scorched by the sun, while others would plunge into eternal ice. The ocean is the great force that keeps Earth in harmony, a silent guardian of all life. In the oceans, every living thing plays a vital role in a balance that has existed for millions of years. Mollusks and crustaceans build their shells, protecting themselves in the vibrant reefs that shelter countless life forms. But even the oldest ecosystems need to adapt to change. The ocean currents, which for centuries have guided whales and sea turtles on their long journeys, are constantly changing, redrawing the paths of marine life. In the polar regions where the vast white ice meets the deep blue ocean, the ice breaks off, opening new paths for species that were once isolated. Some migrate to colder waters, others find new ways to coexist with this new environment. The ocean has never been static. It shapes itself, reinvents itself, and its creatures join in this dance. The vast blue ocean holds secrets we're still learning to understand. From the tiniest plankton to the biggest shark, every living thing plays an important part in the web of life. And while coral reefs are like big underwater cities, full of color and activity, other parts of the ocean hide underwater forests, fields of seaweed that support thousands of species, and even creatures that glow in the dark. like something out of a science fiction movie. The ocean is more than just a home for these creatures. It's a living system, always changing and affecting everything on our planet. And if the ocean changes, everything around it changes too. The ocean isn't just a big uniform blue expanse, it's a huge mosaic of layers, each with its own rules, amazing inhabitants and deep secrets. Just below the surface, where sea turtles swim gracefully and schools of fish shimmer like stars under the sun, a journey into the unknown begins. Ocean currents, like the planet's veins, set the rhythm of life in this top layer, carrying nutrients and connecting distant ecosystems. But as sunlight fades, the scene changes dramatically, giving way to a world where only the most adaptable can thrive. As we descend, we reach the twilight zone, where the light gradually fades away, giving way to bioluminescent fish that light up the waters with a magical glow. Giant squid lurk in the shadows, and deep-sea predators like sharks use their keen senses to hunt. The temperature starts to drop drastically and the pressure increases, making life even more challenging. Yet, surprisingly, biodiversity persists, showing how marine life finds incredible solutions to adapt to this hostile environment. And as we continue our descent, the darkness becomes absolute. In the abyssal zone, where extreme pressure and temperature challenge the very notion of life, unusual creatures with sharp teeth and disproportionately large eyes patrol the depths in search of food. Bioluminescence and camouflage are essential for survival in this world where food is scarce and the struggle for life is constant. But even so, the ocean continues to surprise us with its resilience, revealing that there are more mysteries to be uncovered. And so we arrive at the Hadal Zone, one of the most inhospitable regions on the planet, where life still pushes the boundaries of what's possible. In the Mariana Trench, more than 10,000 meters deep, where the weight of the water would be enough to crush any land creature, extraordinary organisms continue to thrive. Tiny crustaceans and fish adapted to total darkness reveal the incredible resilience of life. And in the abysses of this region, even underwater volcanoes can be found, releasing heat and gases that support entire communities. Oceans cover over 70% of our planet's surface, but surprisingly we know more about the moon than we do about the deepest parts of the ocean. Ocean research is moving slowly, but with every new expedition, new scientific discoveries are made. And all the while, the balance of these ecosystems is being challenged by natural forces and human actions. But what is still hidden in the depths? What secrets beyond the origin of life does the ocean hold for the future of our planet? The ocean is a mosaic of life where each layer reveals stories of adaptation, evolution, and mystery. In coral reefs, biodiversity explodes in vibrant, dynamic colors. Clownfish play among the anemones, seahorses float with unique grace, while sea turtles glide serenely through the crystal-clear waters. Every corner of the ocean is a microcosm that pulsates with life, a constant reminder that no matter how much we explore, there's always more to learn. Coral reefs are true underwater cities, teeming with life and supporting thousands of species that depend on this ecosystem to survive. They regulate the balance of the seas, acting as pillars of the ocean. However, this natural wealth is increasingly threatened, and the destruction of reefs has become an alarming reality, putting the stability of the entire marine ecosystem at risk. While the reefs shine in shallow waters, in the depths of the ocean another spectacle takes place. Creatures that inhabit these abyssal zones have evolved to withstand extreme conditions, creating fascinating and sometimes scary beings. Bioluminescent fish illuminate the darkness, while giant squid patrol the deep waters, challenging even the ocean's largest predators, like sperm whales, in impressive battles. These mysterious ecosystems hold secrets that science has barely begun to explore, and each new expedition brings to light discoveries that challenge our understanding of the natural world. Beyond the depths, underwater volcanoes reveal one of the greatest mysteries of biology. In inhospitable landscapes where water boils with heat and sulfur, specialized organisms thrive, depending on bacteria that convert chemical energy into sustenance. This extreme adaptation challenges what we know about life on Earth, and raises questions about the possibility of similar life forms on other planets. But while we unravel these mysteries, are we protecting the wonders we already know? Underwater forests, formed by vast expanses of seaweed, also play an essential role in supporting marine life. They serve as nurseries for countless species, in addition to absorbing large amounts of carbon, helping to mitigate the effects of climate change. However, the impact of human activity threatens these ecosystems with ocean acidification and marine pollution, and rising temperatures putting these submerged green lungs at risk, and their ability to maintain the balance of the seas. In the vast open waters, true invisible roads connect migratory species that travel thousands of miles. Whales, sharks, and seabirds depend on these routes to feed and reproduce. However, overfishing and plastic in the seas create ever greater obstacles for these creatures. Abandoned fishing nets capture millions of animals annually, and the garbage dumped into the oceans compromises the survival of countless species. Are we ready to face the consequences of this destruction? Marine ecosystems are deeply interconnected, in ways we don't yet fully understand. Every reef, every underwater forest, every abyssal crevice contributes to the grand symphony of life in the ocean. At the heart of this spectacle, few creatures are as impressive as whales. The blue whale, the largest animal ever recorded in the history of the planet, can reach up to 100 feet long and weigh more than 150 tons. To feed its colossal body, it consumes tons of krill, tiny crustaceans that sustain the entire marine food chain. Despite their immense size, these giants are incredibly peaceful and play a vital role in the balance of ocean ecosystems. However, their survival is threatened by human activities that disrupt their migratory routes and food sources. In the vast ocean currents, whales travel thousands of miles on epic migratory journeys. Some species, like the humpback, cross entire oceans between their breeding and feeding grounds, with routes that extend for impressive distances. During these trips, they sing enigmatic melodies that can echo for hundreds of miles. Whale songs remain a mystery, but they are believed to play a crucial role in communication, mating, and navigation. However, the increasing noise pollution in the seas, resulting from ships and underwater exploration, interferes with this vital dialogue. Beyond their immensity, whales are true ocean engineers. Their excrement fertilizes the surface waters, promoting the growth of plankton, which in turn absorbs large amounts of carbon from the atmosphere. This natural cycle not only sustains marine life but also helps regulate the global climate. However, with ocean acidification and intensifying marine pollution, even these majestic creatures are facing challenges that threaten to compromise the delicate balance of the oceans. Are we truly aware of the impact of these changes? For centuries, whales were victims of commercial hunting, with several species on the brink of extinction. Although hunting has been banned in many parts of the world, some countries still insist on the practice, under the guise of scientific research. In addition, modern threats such as overfishing, collisions with ships, and climate change continue to put these giants at risk. Whales are a thermometer for ocean health. If they are at risk, it's a warning sign for the balance of the entire planet. Orcas, often called killer whales, are another fascinating example of intelligence and social complexity in the ocean. Extraordinary hunters, they live in highly organized groups and use sophisticated tactics to capture their prey. Some populations specialize in hunting seals, others prefer to attack schools of fish or even great white sharks. The level of communication and cultural learning of orcas is so advanced that scientists believe each group has its own language and traditions that are passed down from generation to generation. These majestic marine creatures hold secrets that we are still beginning to unravel. Each new ocean research reveals something surprising about their intelligence, behavior, and impact on marine biodiversity. However, if we don't protect these species now, we may lose valuable information before we even fully understand them. What if the extinction of whales is just the first sign of an even bigger catastrophe? Sharks have ruled the oceans for over 400 million years, long before dinosaurs walked the earth. With sharp senses and bodies perfectly adapted for hunting, they are true master predators. Their rows of sharp teeth, ability to detect electric fields, and incredibly sharp sense of smell make them relentless hunters. But, unlike what movies and myths often portray, sharks aren't bloodthirsty monsters. Actually, they're key players in keeping the ocean's ecosystem balanced. They control the populations of other species and ensure the health of our oceans. Even though they're super important, sharks are being wiped out by something way more dangerous than any natural predator: overfishing. Millions of sharks are caught every year, mostly for their fins, which are used in the controversial shark fin soup. Many of these sharks are hurt badly, and then thrown back into the ocean where they face a slow and painful death. On top of that, accidental fishing and trawling nets destroy entire populations, pushing many species to the brink of extinction. What will happen to the ocean when its biggest regulator disappears? Among the most fascinating predators of the seas, some species stand out for their strategy and efficiency. The great white shark, for example, is capable of leaping out of the water in lightning-fast attacks to capture seals. Hammerhead sharks patrol the reefs with a unique panoramic vision detecting prey hidden under the sand. Meanwhile, whale sharks, the largest fish in the world, filter colossal amounts of plankton, silently contributing to the balance of marine life. Each species has a unique role, and the loss of even one can trigger an unpredictable domino effect, disrupting the harmony of the ocean. The relationship between sharks and humans has always been surrounded by fear and mystery. Few animals spark as much controversy and misunderstanding. Although attacks on people are extremely rare, the idea of an invisible predator lurking in the waters stirs a primal fear. But should we fear sharks, or is it the other way around? The decline of shark populations in various parts of the world has caused serious imbalances, allowing smaller species to multiply uncontrollably, alarmingly affecting marine biodiversity. Besides sharks, other predators keep the ocean constantly moving. Orcas, for example, challenge even the largest great white sharks, using cooperative hunting tactics to flip them on their backs, inducing a temporary paralysis. Giant squids, inhabitants of the depths, face off against sperm whales in mysterious battles, with no one knowing exactly how these fights unfold in the shadows of the deep sea. Every predator, from the tiny lionfish to the colossal tiger shark, plays a vital role in this interconnected and delicately balanced ecosystem. The disappearance of the ocean's top predators could trigger an unprecedented ecological collapse. Without them, entire food chains become unstable, which leads to some species overpopulating and others becoming scarce. But if sharks, the true kings of the seas, are disappearing, who will take their place at the top of the food chain? But sharks aren't the only ocean animals in danger. On the other side of the ocean, sea turtles face equally devastating challenges. Sea turtles are true ocean travelers. From the moment they are born, they face a journey full of challenges. From the desperate race to the sea, to the constant struggle against predators and the fierce ocean currents. Some species, like the leatherback sea turtle, can travel thousands of miles between feeding grounds and nesting sites, guided only by the Earth's magnetic field. But how do these animals manage to return to the exact same beach where they were born, even after decades of swimming the seas? The answer lies in their incredible navigation skills. Sea turtles have a natural GPS that allows them to sense the planet's magnetic field and use it as a map to find their way. This amazing ability is super important for their survival because they need to find the perfect beaches to lay their eggs. The problem? Many of these beaches are disappearing, choked by rising sea levels and uncontrolled urban development. Without safe places to lay their eggs, the future of these amazing creatures is in serious danger. But the sea turtles' challenges aren't limited to the beach. In the vast ocean they face natural predators, changes in ocean currents, and an even more dangerous threat: human activity. Fishing nets accidentally catch thousands of turtles every year, while plastic in the ocean is mistaken for food, resulting in painful deaths. Also, light pollution on the beaches confuses the newborn hatchlings, and instead of heading towards the ocean, they end up going towards the city lights, losing their lives before they even have a chance to grow. Despite all the obstacles, sea turtles still play a vital role in keeping our oceans healthy. Green sea turtles, for example, eat seagrass, which helps keep coral reefs healthy. Hawksbill turtles are important because they control the number of sponges, preventing them from taking over the reefs. Without them, many ocean habitats could collapse, directly impacting other species and all the ocean's biodiversity. The life cycle of sea turtles is a true miracle of nature, but it's increasingly threatened. Many species are already classified as vulnerable or endangered because of human actions. But is there still hope for these amazing ocean travelers? The answer may lie in marine conservation efforts, which aim to protect nesting areas and lessen the environmental impact on these amazing creatures. The journey of sea turtles shows us that survival in the ocean is a constant challenge, but they're not the only ones who need healthy environments to keep living. Deep down in the ocean, another kind of forest grows without most people even knowing it exists, and without it, ocean life would be in big trouble. When we think of forests, we imagine towering trees and vast green fields on land. But few people know that the ocean holds its own forests, essential for life on the planet. Kelp, like the giant kelp, form real underwater havens, offering shelter and food to countless species. In these underwater forests, seahorses camouflage themselves among the swaying leaves, small fish find hiding places from predators, and sea turtles glide serenely through the green corridors. But these forests are disappearing at an alarming rate. Kelp are underwater giants, able to grow more than 1.5 feet per day, creating landscapes that rival the largest tropical rainforests. Their leaves absorb large amounts of carbon dioxide, helping to regulate the global climate and combat the effects of global warming. Plus, these underwater forests produce lots of oxygen, helping ocean life and even life up here on the surface. The problem is, these forests are increasingly threatened by the destruction of coral reefs from ocean acidification, and by the disappearance of species essential for their balance. Among the biggest villains in the degradation of marine forests are climate change and marine pollution. The rising ocean temperature affects how algae grows, while overfishing wipes out the natural predators of species like sea urchins, which, unchecked, gobble up huge areas of kelp. Kelp forests are some of the most productive and lively places on Earth. But they are also incredibly delicate and face many dangers from things people do and changes in the environment. Plus, plastic pollution is choking marine organisms, hurting the health of these vital forests and their complex webs of life. The environmental impact of these disappearing forests goes way beyond marine life. Coastal communities which depend on sustainable fishing and marine tourism are already feeling the effects of this decline. Without the kelp, many commercial fish lose their natural nurseries, drastically reducing their populations and affecting the local economy. If the destruction of these forests continues, will it be possible to reverse the damage in time to save such a crucial ecosystem? Despite the growing threats, there is still hope. Marine conservation projects are investing in the regeneration of these underwater forests, replanting seaweed and protecting critical areas from human interference. Scientists are also looking for ways to increase the resilience of these plants in the face of climate change. But will these efforts be enough to save such a vast ecosystem so essential to the health of our planet? Meanwhile, in the depths where sunlight never reaches, a totally different world is hidden. There, bioluminescent creatures glow like stars on the sea floor, and almost alien-like beings defy the laws of survival. Most people think of the ocean as a big blue space, but in the depths, where sunlight never reaches, there is a realm of total darkness. Meanwhile, in the deepest parts of the ocean where sunlight never reaches, a whole different world is hidden. There, bioluminescent creatures glow like stars in the sea floor, and almost alien-like beings defy the laws of survival. Most people think of the ocean as a big blue area, but in the depths, where sunlight never reaches, there is a realm of total darkness. Inhabited by creatures so bizarre they look like they're straight out of science fiction movies, this underwater world is ruled by forces that challenge our understanding. Bioluminescent fish glow like underwater fireflies, giant squid hunt in the abyssal silence, and prehistoric sharks swim like ghosts forgotten by time. But what do we really know about this unexplored environment? The abyssal zone is one of the most extreme places on Earth. With freezing temperatures, crushing pressure, and total darkness, any life that survives there needs extraordinary adaptations. Some species have developed gelatinous bodies to withstand the pressure, while others have developed clever hunting strategies like bioluminescence. The anglerfish, for example, uses a glowing lure attached to its head to attract unsuspecting prey. But if these predators are so well adapted, how do they manage to survive in an environment with so little food? The answer lies in one of the ocean's most mysterious phenomena: marine snow. This material is nothing more than the remains of dead organisms, excrement, and particles that slowly sink from the upper layers of the sea. For the inhabitants of the abyssal zones, this snow is a vital source of nutrients. But water pollution and the environmental impact of human activities are reducing this supply, threatening marine life in the depths. Are we affecting an ecosystem we've barely begun to understand? And that's not all. In the deepest parts of the ocean, there are places that challenge everything we know about life on Earth. The Mariana Trench, for example, is the deepest point on the planet, almost 7 miles deep. Deeper than Mount Everest is tall. And that's not all. In the deepest parts of the ocean, there are places that challenge everything we know about life on Earth. The Mariana Trench, for example, is the deepest point on the planet, almost 7 miles deep, deeper than Mount Everest is tall. There, translucent fish, blind shrimp, and even microbes that eat sulfur thrive in a harsh environment. But what else could be hiding in this darkness? To this day, we've explored less than 5% of the ocean, which means incredible secrets are still waiting to be discovered. With new technologies and unmanned submarines, scientists have started to reveal a little more about this unknown universe. But each new discovery raises even more questions. Could there be unknown giants hidden at the bottom of the sea? What mysteries still await us beneath the surface? If there's a place on Earth where the impossible can be real, it's certainly the deep ocean. But even the vastness of the deep sea isn't safe from human influence. The impact of marine pollution, overfishing, and climate change is already reaching even the most isolated parts of the ocean. And now there's a new worry. How could deep-sea mining hurt this delicate ecosystem? The ocean covers over 70% of our planet, but even though it's so big, it's not safe from what we humans do. The ocean covers over 70% of the Earth's surface, but even though it's so big, it's not safe from what humans do. Pollution grows every year, with tons of plastic piling up in the waters and threatening marine life. Turtles mistake plastic bags for jellyfish and die from choking, while seabirds eat pieces of plastic, poisoning themselves without realizing it. But the impact doesn't stop there. It goes way beyond what we imagine. Overfishing has driven many species to the brink of extinction. Sharks are killed in massive numbers for their fins, and dolphins are accidentally caught in fishing nets, a silent crime that happens every day. Coral reefs, which support a huge variety of life, are being destroyed by harmful fishing methods and rising ocean temperatures. If the coral reefs disappear, what impact will that have on the marine ecosystem and even the global climate? Global warming and ocean acidification are already changing ocean current patterns, impacting whale migration, fish reproduction, and even the balance of life on the ocean floor. Rising water temperatures lead to coral bleaching, turning entire reefs into lifeless underwater ghost towns. Climate change is no longer a distant prediction. It's already shaping the ocean before our eyes. Global warming and ocean acidification are already changing ocean current patterns. This impacts whale migration and fish reproduction. It even affects the balance of life on the seafloor. Rising water temperatures lead to coral bleaching, turning entire reefs into ghostly underwater graveyards. Climate change isn't some far-off prediction. It's already shaping the ocean before our very eyes. But is there still time to turn things around? Despite the challenges, some initiatives offer hope. Marine conservation projects are fighting to protect vulnerable areas, restore coral reefs, and create sustainable fishing zones. Scientists are developing new technologies to clean the oceans and reduce pollution. But the real change needs to come from everyone. Every action counts, from reducing plastic use to supporting sustainable practices. Are we ready for this change? The big question is, can the ocean still recover? Some experts believe that if we protect endangered species and reduce uncontrolled exploration, marine life can flourish again. But time is running out. If we don't act now, the next generation might never see the beauty of colorful coral reefs, majestic whales, and the clear waters that once seemed endless. But there's one last mystery to explore. And this time, it's not just about the ocean. What if we saw the ocean in a whole new way? What if I told you everything you think you know about it is just the surface of something much bigger? But there's one last mystery to explore, and this time it's not just about the ocean. What if we could see the ocean in a whole new way? What if I told you everything you think you know about it is just the tip of the iceberg? It's time to dive deep into this knowledge like never before. Now that you've seen what's at stake, I want to ask you something. What are we willing to do to change this? The ocean can't wait, and the solutions are within everyone's reach. If each of us does our part, we can reverse the damage and guarantee a future for generations to come. Saving ocean life depends on what we do now. Are you going to stand by and do nothing, or are you going to take action to protect what is rightfully ours? Share this video, spread awareness, and inspire others to join us in this cause. And don't forget to keep learning and stay up to date on everything about the ocean. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Let's make a difference together, because the fight for ocean preservation is the fight for our own survival. We can't wait any longer. The ocean needs you.